Hello everyone! Whoa, that was close. Welcome back to Outer Wilds. This is going to be the finale. It may be a bit long or it may be a bit short depending on how it goes. I don't know. So I have played the DLC by now, if you haven't been able to tell. However, I'm not going to assume that all of you have played or seen the DLC, so I will avoid spoiling it. Today, this is just the finale of the main game. So, before we begin, I'm going to have a couple of my thoughts on it. For the whole time, I've been hoping that we could stop the sun from going supernova. I thought that was the plot of the game, and I was like, well, of course, that's what we got to do. However, we discovered that it's at the end of its natural life cycle, which suggests that it may be very difficult to get our people to survive until tomorrow. Also, all the supernovas in the sky around and Chert's suggestion kind of suggests that all the stars are going supernova and it's like the end of the universe. And putting aside that that's not how the end of our universe will be, it'll be more of like a petering out that takes longer and longer and longer for stars to die. But you know, this game is this game, so they can do what they want. I'm a little bit worried that everything is coming to an end. And now, how the Hearthians are going to survive that, I do not know. So I'm a little bit worried at I don't know how we can end this game. I mean, the Eye of the Universe is supposed to be eternal change or whatever. But, like, yeah, how can we stop the universe from stopping? That seems hard. I was a little bit worried that the message of this game was going to be like, you have to accept the end of all things, and that'd be kind of depressing. So I hope that's not what it is, but we'll take it for what it is. This is a fantastic game. I trust the developers. Also, I came back here to the Owl Rock because we just kind of left this crater, like in episode 2 or whatever, and I assumed that there would be something that led us back here. But there never was, and so I was like, I'm gonna come back here and see if there's anything I missed, and it looks like there is. Looks like somebody left a log, and I don't think I read this. So here we go. Church research notes. This is an old crater. The neat thing here is that the composition of the samples I took from the impact site matches the composition of the ice on the outskirts of Dark Bramble. Oh, so the Owl Rock got hit by Dark Bramble too, or maybe it got grazed and the seed landed on Timber Hearth. Oh, that's another thing. Even if we survive the end of the universe, we have to break up Dark Bramble. Also, we never figured out the mystery of like where Dark Bramble came from and what it is. Maybe we'll figure that out today. I posit the Owl Rock was hit with a piece of the planet that used to be where Dark Bramble now lies. To follow up on, maybe there are more fragments of the old planet Dark Bramble destroyed on other astral bodies in the solar system? Oh, so yeah. We've been seeing ice and brambly stuff all over the place. Okay, that was a little bit of stuff that was just a little bit of knowledge, a little hole in our knowledge that was plugged by coming back here. I'm glad I did that. So one more thing I want to do today, before ending the game, is talk to all of the Hearthians one last time. And by all of them, I mean all the ones who are not on our planet. So this guy, and then the 4 playing instruments. So yeah, there may be new dialogue with some of the other ones, but I don't really want to go around and talk to all of them over again. If they have anything interesting to say, you can tell me in the comments. Let's land right here. Like my awesome landing skills, it's just like, yeah, I got to the point where if I lose my ship, I know that I can just get another one by meditating for 20 minutes. What's up? Oh, hey, it's you. I found something. Seems lonely up here. Oh, I guess you don't have anything new. I can't tell you what I found. Okay. Talk to the other ones then. What's up, Gabbro? If it isn't my time, buddy, how's space treating you this loop? I found stuff. So this teaches me to meditate. Yep, I guess I haven't told them I found their ship. Oh, cool, so it's floating in the ocean, huh? Did it look like it was having a good time? I found something. What you got for me? Where's the inside of Statue Island? So the Nomai created those head statues to record memories, huh? Yeah, I could see the Nomai doing that. Not sure what for, but it seems like their sort of thing. It was to preserve the time loops. You think the statues are recording our memories then? Because I remember that one on the beach looked at me funny. That must be my memory friend. I don't remember what I asked him before, but I found a lot of stuff. I found the source of the time loop. Wait, whoa, really? The Nomai carved out Ash Twin and built a time loop device inside? That's wild! Now we know what's causing the loop then, and if it's caused by a device, that must mean it had to be switched on, right? Huh. Hey, what do you think would happen if you turned off the time loop? There's a part of me that thinks you shouldn't, well, with the sun blowing up and all. Yeah. Then again, who wants to spend eternity being blown up by the sun? Well, I'm no time loop expert. I'm just gonna sit here and ponder the intricacies of time and space. Maybe take a nap too if I feel like it. Yeah, so the way that I play games is I try to go for the best ending on the first try, and as soon as I get it, I stop playing. So I assume that there's multiple endings. One is stopping the time loop without doing anything. So if you want to see all the different endings, then other people will probably show that off, but for me, I'm going for the true ending. Found Nomai mass inside the Ash Twin. You're saying the statues were made so memories could be sent back in time? I guess that makes sense, considering we both have our memories of every loop we've gone through. Oh yeah, people have told me, and I've kind of guessed from the information we learned, that the third mask is not another person. It's just the data being thrown back and forth across the loop. So, it's a little weird to me, like I thought it should be a person, but I guess not. You're saying the statues were made so memories could be sent back in time? I guess that makes sense, considering we both have our memories of every loop we've gone through. Wait, then it's just our memories being sent back in time to us, right? Then are we really experiencing multiple time loops or not? Yes. That's pretty deep. Like, maybe our consciousnesses have been through all these loops, but maybe our bodies haven't, because technically the loops never happened? I mean, whether they actually happened or not or didn't is, I think, kind of... Oh, more ship's log. I think kind of a matter of perspective. Now, I should be able to... Right, if I just stay here, then it's going to land in the water, and I will also land in the water, and it won't kill me. Or I just stand on here again. No, don't... What's happening? Why am I being rushed off? Oh no, it's the island that's moving. The water's not. Hey, come back! Well, that's upsetting. Okay, so there's a tornado coming for me. I've decided that I don't want to go up the tornado. Okay, either I got turned around or the island stopped receding, stopped flowing in that direction and started coming back. So, here I go. Gabbro, you left me. How could you? Found what happened to the orbital probe cannon. Whoa, that's the cannon breaking apart at the start of each time loop? For real? Did you figure out why? Too much power. Kinda scary how that sounds like something Slade or Feldspar would do. Pretty surprised that Nomai built something that actually broke. Come to think of it though, broke might be the wrong word, because it looks like the orbital probe cannon is still firing successfully at the beginning of each time loop. It's meant to break, because they only need to fire it once, because then it resets and they can fire it 9 million times. What else did I find? I found your quantum poem. Oh, I guess that's new. Oh yeah, the one in the woods. I remember writing that. Pretty fun, right? It works out to a good 24 poems. Let's see. That is... So if there's 4 of them and they randomly change, that's, what, 4 factorial? So 1 times 2 times 3 times 4, which is 6 times 4 is, in fact, 24. That's correct. When I'm done exploring, I want to make some more quantum art. Maybe some kind of creature sculpture that just, like, shows up while your back is turned and scares the daylights out of you. Ah, I know that reference. Found a photo of you inside the old radio tower. Nice. Did I look busy in it? I hope I looked busy. Must have been from the time Hornfels sent me to check on the deep space satellite. They thought old Spacey might be malfunctioning, but I couldn't find a single thing wrong with it. This is probably how it got a shot of my beautiful, behelmeted face, come to think of it. I always thought it was kind of sweet that the best way to find old Spacey is to use a map that's generated by the satellite itself, isn't it? It's like it's inviting us to visit. Good old deep space satellite always making sure we know where we're going. Here comes another thing, I think. Why did Hornfels think it was broken? Dunno, Hornfels probably told me why, but Hornfels tells me a lot of things. Sometimes I tune out, pretend there's a signal interference, I can't hear them. Alright, well, we know, with the DLC, we know why. But if you haven't seen the DLC, then you don't know why. And, I'm gonna actually stay back here. For a good portion of the way through the loop, it looks like. Don't wash me off again. Thank you. Is that one coming this way? Are we gonna be thrown up again? No, I guess it's going away from us. I'm gonna get on my ship. I got more people to talk to. Whoa, that was weird. Physics is being weird. Howdy, Feldspar. Where'd you come from? Wait, what was this guy's voice? Where'd you come from? I found something. I've been to the core of Giant's Deep. So you figured out the old tornado trick, did you? Good work. I found that bit out by accident, but let's keep that between you and me, hey? Hornfels would have my very handsome head if they knew I'd been riding the cyclones again. The ship is fragile. It can break. You can't subject it to extreme conditions. Not like I was flying the thing at the sun now, was I? And the jellyfish, you figured out those too? Hatchling, I tell ya what, you've done real well for yourself. You're a fine astronaut, sure, but you might just become a pilot yet. Found something else. Found the frozen jellyfish. Ha! So the old thing's still there, is it? That's where I first camped out after the crash, you know. It was pretty cozy inside. It does lack the structural integrity and indomitable spirit of a camp made in the shelter of the very bones of the species that try to eat you, I suppose. There comes the music. Still very cozy. Try to get through all these. I found the anglerfish nest. So that's where the blasted things come from, is it? Stars above! If I still had a working ship, I'd be sorely tempted to go show them what's what. You could take mine, I won't need it anymore. What? Yeah, I won't. I'm not gonna need it. Probably best to leave him alone, though, really. More trouble than it's worth to mess with anglerfish. Found a dark bramble. I feel like I said this one before. Found Nomai writing saying anglerfish are blind. Aha! So the blasted things do have a weakness. Meaning my fly as fast as I can approach to dealing with them could have used a bit more thought behind it. Yes, it could. Ah, well, at least they didn't eat me. All's well that ends well, eh, hatchling? Yes, how fitting you would say that at this time. I suppose that's correct. Yeah, that's right. I don't even look anymore. Oh, did I ever look at this before? It's a map of all the places. How you doing, Ryback? I learned something. I found the Nomai escape pod on Brittle Hollow. I found the vessel. That's new. Sunless City. That's new. Quantum Pilgrimage. That might be new. I talked to a living Nomai. Okay, we're gonna say that last. I went to the comet. Start with the comet. Oh, wow. Wow. So that's how the Nomai died. That's really sad, isn't it? I know it was a long time ago, but still. Stars above, it's lucky we hadn't evolved to live on land yet. Oh yeah, people told me, and this is not a spoiler because they never actually mentioned it in the game that I'm aware of, but people told me that ghost matter disintegrates when it touches water. So that's how our people evolved. Yeah, I kind of wish the game explained that. To think, if the comet hadn't killed them, our species might have coexisted in the solar system. That would have been amazing. Oh yeah. But I guess if I hadn't wanted to learn why the Nomai disappeared, I'd have never left Timber Hearth and come out here or had any of these adventures. Don't get me wrong, space is terrifying. But you know, it has its moments. Well, I'm glad to find out that you are fulfilled by what you're doing. Also, that antenna on top of your head, not gonna work because it's made of wood. I found the vessel. You did? That's incredible! Congratulations! That means they really were from outside our solar system. Haha! Yes, I knew it. But that creates so many new questions. If they didn't come from our solar system, where do they come from? Are they from our galaxy or somewhere even farther? What were their lives like before they came here? And why did they come here? Oh yeah, that's another thing that I kind of forget that some people don't know. But yeah, a solar system and a galaxy are not the same thing. A solar system has one star and a bunch of planets, and a galaxy has a whole bunch of stars clumped together. So that's like the spirally space images you see sometimes. And then other galaxies are just a lot more stars in a usually spirally cluster. But yeah, stars, galaxy, universe. There's like 3 tiers of bigness. Hey, I might not be much of an astronaut, but I'm really glad I came out here to see the Nomai's artifacts for myself. And thanks for telling me. About the vessel, I mean. I learned something else. Oh, cool. Sunless City. You mean there's another Nomai city inside of Ember Twin? That's incredible! A whole city and I had no idea it existed. This is great! How do they keep the sand out? If it were me, I'd be nervous about getting buried in the caves by that awful river of sand. Ugh, gosh, the Nomai sure were ingenious building an entire settlement underground. A sunless city. Wow. That means there were 2 groups of Nomai, one that lived on Ember Twin and one that lived here on Brittle Hollow. But they must have traveled around the solar system since Nomai writing can be found on other planets too. Nomai writing about a quantum pilgrimage. A pilgrimage to the quantum moon? The Nomai mentioned the quantum moon in a lot of their writing, so it was clearly special to them, and special enough to make a trip there by themselves. Yeah, so I also never really realized this, but we just knew about the quantum moon all our lives because, you know, we evolved seeing it in the sky. It's not weird to us because it's always been there. It sounds like a coming of age ritual, like how hatchlings stay hatchlings until their stomachs are strong enough to drink sap wine. Ugh. Me too, guy. Me too. Maybe once in a Nomai journey to the quantum moon they were considered an adult. And one more thing. I talked to a living Nomai! Oh, that doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. I'm very excited for you though. Please stop yelling. What? On the quantum moon, you said? There's a sort of living Nomai on the quantum moon? Well, why didn't you say so? Oh, wow, this is the best thing that's ever happened in the history of our ultra wild ventures. I can't believe you talked to an actual Nomai. Great, so I just have to go back into space, fly to the quantum moon with 0 visibility, find a spooky ruin, and travel through a few different types of dangerous terrain to get there. Oh, it's not so bad. It's probably doable. See you later. Okay, your ship's right up there. You might want to think about doing it today. Like within half an hour. Within less than half an hour. Within like 10 minutes. What's up, Chert? Oh, it's you. I take it your first launch went well? I found something. Found your notes about the Adderocks crater. Did you? I hope they're useful. The planet I mentioned may have been frozen solid or just partially made of ice, like a much colder giant's deep. It's hard to say. It used to be the 5th planet in our solar system. You'll notice, of course, that there's no such planet now. Its place is dark bramble, which, how to put this, grew into the space the 5th planet used to occupy. That is, dark bramble quite literally appeared at the center of the 5th planet and began destroying it from the inside out. Eventually, the planet shattered completely and its shards were falling across space. Some of these shards collided with the celestial bodies in our solar system, such as the Addle Rock, which I believe is how its biggest crater was formed. Cool. I found something else. Probably said this stuff before. Writing about a quantum moon. Oh yes, everyone loves a good mystery, don't they? Who wouldn't wonder about a moon that's sometimes there and sometimes not? I've observed the quantum moon orbiting each of the 5 planets, but sometimes it quite simply disappears from the sky altogether. Maybe there's another planet it travels to? Unfortunately, if there is, I've never seen it. Perhaps if I take a closer look at these star charts. Well, bad news, the 6th planet is in quantum flux. Except now that the probe knows where it is. I guess that counts as it. I guess that's probably why we can access it now. Because the Ash Twin project is looking at its coordinates or something. Alright, we had less from you than the other people, but it was still worth coming to. I'm glad. I'm happy to go back and see all these planets again. I miss them. It was so fun coming out here exploring all these different places. Alright, so now it is time to go here to the place. Actually, why don't I try to... Can I get there in time? I might just be able to get there in time. Alright, let me out. I'm in. Oh, not this one. Oh, there's a bridge above me. Bye-bye, ship. Huh? Did I make it? I missed! No! I have to wait till next time. Darn it. Prefer to stay right here. I think I forgot to press the trigger to keep myself on the ground. Here we go. Certainly the last loop, this last chance this loop. Yes! Here we go. Into the Ash Twin project. Yeah, so another thing that, yeah, I'm obviously not going to end the game right now, but I came here because I want to see what happens if I end the loop here, to see if, like, you know, if anything happens. So, one thing that I thought of about the time loop was somewhere, it might have said somewhere in here, but like something that was like the statues will activate in the event that the orbital probe cannon succeeds, which suggests that the Nomai planned to start the time loop and then forget all the loops until the probe actually found the Eye of the Universe. Which makes sense because, like, who would want to live through 9 million time loops? But yeah, that would explain why the statue opened for us and Gabbro on the loop that I assume is probably the loop after the eye was discovered. And then we've only seen the loops since then. Yeah, so this is what I was saying while playing the DLC about artificial spin gravity. Like, this is how it would work in real life. And then I could probably just hover right above the ground, but I'm gonna guess that if I get close enough, it's gonna grab me like actual gravity. Let's go in. Yep, it just grabbed me like actual gravity. Oh, so there's a thing here. These usually tell you something, right? So is this gonna, if I bring the ball over here, is it gonna stop me? Yeah. No, 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 no. No, stop. I just want to read it. Caution, you're about to access the core while Ash Twin Project is active. Removing the core will disable the Ash Twin Project. Alright. So I'm not going to do that. Ship log updated. Cool. And there's the music. turn this off. So the supernova is going to leave us alive for a little bit. And then... So there's probably an advanced warp core in here, if I have to guess. And so to finish the game, we gotta sneak in and snatch it, and then leave, and go into the vessel in Dark Bramble. And so yeah, we can't do that right now because it's happening, but I want to see if we can like survive a little bit after the supernova, because that's what they tried to make this rock, they use this rock for. They got to use the actual power of the supernova to do the time loop. So oh hey, whoa, what happens if I go in here? I'm going. Am I gonna be sent to the orbital probe cannon? Is this how they launch the codes? Am I gonna start the next loop at, like, is this... No, it's doing the thing, so I'm probably restarting the loop, aren't I? Nope, just restarting. That's a little bit disappointing. I was hoping it would send me there, but no, it just kills you. Now let's see if our Ash Twin... The vessel Ash Twin project no longer has a star there, so indeed, we can turn it off. The vessel has something else to find there. I think that's in addition to ending the game, because I think there's still stuff we missed. Alright, we're gonna target that. Oops. We're gonna target that so that we can go quickly once we get to Dark Bramble, and we're gonna start by going straight to Ember Twin, or Ash Twin. And this time, it does matter where we park our ship, because we're gonna want to fly again. Oh, crap! I made a mistake. I think I pressed... What? What? I destroyed the fabric of space-time? What happened? What did I do? What? 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 How did that happen? Did I make a... Did I make a paradox? Someone explain what happened. That was really weird. Fine, I'll load previous save. Man. Okay, what's the logic of this? How did this happen? So... but like I've done all kinds of paradoxes before, like I'm doing different things every loop. I'm not understanding. I did a paradox. It's weird. Also, I crashed really hard into Ash Twin and was not thinking I was going so far, not going so fast. I didn't expect to die. Okay, so what happened was I died after I went into the black hole at Ash Twin Project. Like, there weren't two versions of me, were there? Because there was just my one body. I wasn't sent to the orbital probe cannon, I was just sent back to... Huh. Maybe there is no logic behind it. Maybe it was just something that they were like, aha, this would be funny. I'm gonna be careful. I did not think I was going anywhere near fast enough to crash and die. Maybe I just read that wrong, but that was funny. Like, I didn't stop the time loop. I didn't take the warp core. Instead, I broke the fabric of reality, which does suggest that I created some kind of paradox. And the universe couldn't handle it. Like, there was an error. It's like, you know... But the universe isn't like a computer. There aren't code-breaking errors in the universe. I wonder what would happen if I waited out an entire loop after going into the Ash Twin warp. I wonder what would happen if I went into it a second time. Man, questions so much experiment that I don't want to do because I've been playing this game so long and I'm ready to finish it. But there's just so many possibilities that come up, how that you think about it. On the one hand, it's like, of course I didn't discover that because I don't want to end the game. But on the other hand, it's like, I totally forgot what I was saying. You know, I'm not mad. You know what I said about getting the good ending? I'm not mad at all. That's so funny. Alright, we're here, ready for the first possible transport into the core. Wait for it to start glowing. Let's go, let's go, let's go! Yeah! Come on. Let me get over here. Go, no, don't hit me! Oh. Okay. Awkward. Ow. This is difficult. Okay, where's the edge of this thing? Stop. Stop. Okay. Alright, so what I need to do is I need to actually land on the ground. Nope, not in there. I'm having difficulty. I'm also not able to jetpack. It's a matching velocity. Scoop me up, thank you. Alright, we're going. It's time to end this. So I know, I am aware. Okay, thank you for stopping me, that was nice. The third one? Nope, just two. All the way up, all the way up. Okay, I gotta turn off the gravity, it's not... Did I get it? Didn't get it. Alright, gravity is down. And you are open, and there we have it. A working warp core. Now it is mine, and I'm going to save the universe, I think. Let's go. Let's get out. We've got this warp core. Time to leave. Where's my ship? We gotta go fast. Hey, there's creepy music now. I broke the time loop. Hey, gotta go fast, gotta go fast. Give me back my fuel. Oh, it's the music. Okay, gotta go fast. Also, I have to, apparently put the vessel back on my target. Right. Because I died last time. Oh! This is frightening. Come on, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. We got like 15 minutes. 15 minutes to go there. See the things I missed in the vessel? Oops. Well, at least the autopilot's not stopping. Now it's stopping because I stopped it. We gotta see the things I missed in the vessel and put in the coordinates and warp. So I'll put in the coordinates first. Alright, vessel is over this way. And I remember how to get there. We need to go fast now so that we can go slow once we are in here. And there's an anglerfish right next to this I gotta remember. So I gotta be very careful. Let's go. Go fast, and then let go. And coast my way through. The game is designed so that you have to do this. It's okay. Oh man. With the music and everything. How am I going to know when the supernova is actually happening? Also, I got to be very careful to know when the anglerfish are out of range so that I can go for them. I can turn, right? So I can turn and watch them. They're still very much in range, all three of them. Let's just wait, be patient. Do not touch any of the thrusters. There's the eggs. The fish are still very much in range. Just be patient. Patient, patient. Just get to the eggs. Just wait. It's okay. We've got plenty of time. The sun is not exploding right now despite the music playing. They did this music just because they knew it would put me on edge, because they knew, you know, the sun is going to explode. They're like, you're timed. Don't forget you're timed. Also, there's anglerfish, so you better not move. Okay, I think I'm good to go. Okay, where are my fishes? I think the only one is right there, so I'm going to skirt around this way. There's no fish over here. Right, good. Okay. I'm fine, and I'm pretty sure there are no fish in here either. So, let's go in. We're in. And the vessel is right here. Now let's see if I can park my ship inside the vessel so that I can take it with me on my journey to the sacred place. Did they make it big enough? They did not. Well, I'm gonna park it right here then. Park it right here then and hope my ship comes with me. It may just be programmed so that it can't. Alright, we're full on everything. It's time to go. Don't go too fast. Don't kill myself with momentum. Here we are. Here we are. Alright. And I remember the coordinates. Up. It's in. It is in. So, give me access to this. CXN. This, and this. That looks right. I hope it's right. Wait, is gravity on? I think gravity is on. Okay. X. I have not looked at these coordinates since the last time I played, so I'm hoping that I'm remembering it right. Okay. Okay, the warp core might have given me gravity, so N. Alright, I believe this is the correct coordinates, but there's something I haven't seen. I have not gone down here. Okay, there's gravity now. Hey, it's the symbol of the Eye of the Universe. I don't know how much time I have left, but I think it's probably some time. I'm recording now. I've never encountered anything like this. The signal the vessel is receiving appears to be older than the universe itself. It's our first contact with anything of this nature. Everyone, please prepare to warp immediately. Esco, wait, I need more time to send an outgoing message. Shouldn't we tell other clan members where you're going? Yes, you should. We can send the message upon our arrival. This is extraordinary signal appeared suddenly. It may disappear just as quickly, and we can't lose the discovery. This incredible. Focus on preparing the warp instead. I understand. Anona, is the vessel ready to warp the signal's approximate coordinates? The warp core is powered, but this will be a significant jump. Afterward, we'll need time to recharge the core. That shouldn't create a problem, provided we arrive at or near the signal source. Everyone, we're ready to warp. Oh, so sad. And that was a bit of an update. Now we just see the Eye of the Universe here. The projection. I wonder if the music is going to change to warn me there's time missing, or if it's just going to blow up in my face. I'm going to quick go up here to see if there's anything else I missed. Ah, come on. I've read that. Oh, there's one over here too. Just didn't read this side, I guess. To any Nomai clans whose vessel can hear this message. It is clear the universe is dying. I got an achievement, probably from reading all the text. There are fewer and fewer resources and safe places within space now, so my clan and I believe the best option is for all of our clans to stay together. Oh, they knew that it was the end of the universe. If you can reach the gloaming galaxy, we've found that black rock suns are fairly stable and life in this solar star system is comparatively thriving. We live in relative safely. If you prefer to continue exploring alone, know you'll be on your own. Kenna, we're making our way to you. It's good to hear from you, Bromy. We'll watch for your vessel. Has anyone heard from Neem? His clan was on its way to our vessel, but they never arrived and haven't sent any messages. I'm beginning to worry. Oh no, everything in the universe is dying! That is unsettling. It reminds me of that old myth my grandfather used to tell, the disappearance of Eskel. Wait, wasn't that actually a character that is here? I remember hearing that story as a child. One day, Eskel's vessel simply stopped responding. The other clans searched and searched but found no trace. It was as if their missing friends had warped out of existence. That's no myth, friends. Eskel's clan existed and their story was real. What a curious event to have passed into myth. Our ancestors were told the story when they were young. Are you sure it's true, Hyssop? It was a very long time ago, but yes, my clan's ancestors searched for Eskel's clan for over a long time, but in the end, none of them were ever seen again. It's the only time in our history a vessel has ever disappeared this way. Maybe they found the Eye of the Universe and went to a different universe or reverse time or something. Hyssop, I hope you aren't comparing Eskel's story to my clan's vessel. Neem, my friend, we feared you were gone. Not yet, we aren't, but nearly. So this one was lost and then they found him? We found trouble during our warp. The triple suns of the bright spark star system exploded, and it was only a lucky coincidence we weren't caught in the blast. We'll meet you soon, Kanna. I'm relieved your clan is safe, Neem. It's good to hear your words. Any vessels nearby, remember to be extremely cautious and potentially unstable stars, which is most of them now. Yeah, so in real life, most of the stars will turn into either explode early, or the smaller stars will live for a long time. And so the actual end of the universe will be trillions of years in the future, and it will be red dwarfs and white dwarfs. Alright, we are here. Oh no, what do I need to do? What did I do wrong? Did I do something wrong? Okay, look around. Like, I thought this would be a teleport, but they're not going. How do I activate? How do I start it? Do I have to wait for the last moment? Does the supernova cause it? Don't want the supernova to cause it. Oh, how do I do it? What do I do? Am I missing something? I better not be missing something. Did I put in the wrong coordinates? It should still warp, right? Whoa! That's how you do it. Oh yeah, I think I'm safe now. There's no more. Is that the Eye of the Universe? I see it. That's what it is. And there's my star way over there. Cannot hear anybody. And there's the quantum moon. And did I bring my ship? And there's the quantum moon again. And there's the quantum moon again. Ooh, kind of creepy. Alright, what's this for then? Oh, I had to power this to go over there? Okay. The door's closed now. The door's closed now. This is just a view screen, right? I can't walk through it? Yeah. So I'm at the Eye of the Universe. Is it gonna do something when the sun explodes? Sun looks awfully orange. In fact, it still looks yellow. So I'm worried I ran here too fast. Is it gonna change? Oh, that is so creepy. Where's my ship? I want my ship. Okay, maybe I need to. Well, I don't want to warp again. Maybe I need to take the core out. Okay, I can warp again. I don't want to warp again. So that's not coming up again. Maybe that's the only thing it can do. Maybe this warps me outside. Because the door is not opening. How awkward would it be if I died in here? There's nothing new up here. Oh, I'm so nervous. I don't want to do it. What if it just sends me back? This is the only thing I can do, though. So I might as well, right? Here I am. I'm standing on the eye of the universe. On the North Pole, in fact. Look at this! And there's the vessel. Is the vessel the vessel's still there. I can't get there. Gravity is 2.5. It is even stronger than on Giant's Deep. So there ain't no way I'm getting off this planet and back to the vessel. Unless I can do something crazy with the scout launcher and with other stuff. So I could see, where's that? Am I on the bulk of it? It has a ring, right? Yeah, this stuff right here. Will this kill me? I'm so worried that things are gonna kill me. I don't want to have to do it again. I should just assume that I'm safe. Oh man, this is cool. Look, it's like lightning, but it's not. It's like something cracked? This effect, I mean, it looks like a simulated reality, like a, you know, like a Tron type of thing. But in this universe, I'm pretty sure this isn't a simulation, it's the actual universe. I guess I'm gonna walk into the fog. Into the eye itself. Okay, so this is becoming... Oh, I hope that won't kill me. Trees! Thank you. Whoa, that was pretty close. Oops. Hey. I guess I want to go this way? Is this it? Is this the eye of the universe? Lightning, please do not strike me dead. Actually, yeah, let's identify this signal. Gravity is still 2.5. Connection lost. I can't recall it either. Oh, I guess I'm going down. Just pock marks. There's very low gravity here. Okay, this is not a tunnel. It's gonna let me go up. Okay. Or maybe not. Oh, it's gonna let me walk. Ow. It's gonna let me walk up here and then fall in. Alright guys, I'm going into the eye of the universe. It's older than the universe itself, which means it's probably either time traveling or it was there before the Big Bang. I'm falling up into an iris, and now I'm falling into Doctor Who's time stream, and now I'm in a nerve and I can look around. I can't move though, I'm just falling. Now I'm back here. Okay. So that's the same. Oh. So we go up to here. Hello, statue. The Nomai never got to see it for themselves, but thanks to their efforts and technology, a Hearthian was able to reach the eye of the universe. Wait, maybe this does say something different. No, I guess not. This stuff? Alright, so if you haven't seen Echoes of the Eye, this is spoiler material. So skip ahead to the timestamp on screen. The radio tower on Timberhearth was built to receive transmissions from our deep space satellite and housed some of the last ever photos taken of the entire solar system. One of these photos revealed the existence of an invisible ring world inhabited by a species whose presence in our solar system predated even the Nomai. This species traveled from a nearby star system in search of the eye of the universe, but horrified by what they discovered, decided to block the eye's signal so that no one else would ever find it. One individual, however, rebelled against the decision and was able to briefly release the eye signal back into space before being caught and imprisoned in solitude for this betrayal. Yeah, so that entirely spoiled Echoes of the Eye, so if you skipped ahead, good for you. Gonna make our way around. Anglerfish is dead and bones. At the end of its lifespan, our sun collapsed under its own gravity and then exploded in a violent supernova. So they're talking about this as if it's past tense. So, yeah. Of all the life forms who will perish in the oncoming death of the universe, we will miss the anglerfish the least. Oh, it's sad, but also true. The Nomai who came to our solar system were following a signal from the eye of the universe. And I notice how when we're looking at the exhibits, it was kind of looking at both the exhibit and the text at the same time. Now that we've gone around the room, it's not even looking at the text. They perished when the interloper arrived, bringing with it the deadly substance we called ghost matter that flooded the entire solar system almost instantly and without warning. And there's this ghostly light above it. Oh, that's glass. And, oh, I do have access to my flashlight. Can't go out, cannot go outside. I can go outside. Interesting. However, it teleports me back in, so, so yeah. I assume at this point, if the developers are nice, they're not going to have anything kill me until I get to the end of the game. Observe. That looks like end of the game stuff. Ooh, this is going to be important, isn't it? Image their galaxies. And that's the same text. So, there seems to be nothing else to do here. If so, it's only Easter eggs. There's a marshmallow can in here. I'm going to observe the galaxy, the end of everything. Oh, right. Seeing all the stars exploding. And then that's the galaxy, I suppose. The galaxy is disintegrating. That's so depressing. And that's all the other galaxies disintegrating. I am in space. I am here. I'm not observing anything. I'm actually here. Okay, now all these lights are lights on the ground. Oh, is this showing us that, like, our universe is something in, like, a grander existence, and this is like the forest of the multiverse or something? This is beautiful. Oh. Can I go to this galaxy? Nope. I hope I didn't just destroy it. Is this a thing? Man, I guess I didn't identify the Eye of the Universe. They're disintegrating, it's so sad. Can't change frequency. Everything is dying. And not even new life this time, it's just dying. And the ground is... well, the ground is becoming autumn, but it's actually dying. Where's that tree? The tree is no longer here. It is now made of quantum. Is it... is this what happens after the end of the universe? Does the remaining matter turn into quantum stuff? Okay, there's someone that sounds like me. It is me. And now it's a tree. And it's a smaller tree. It's an even smaller tree. And now it's a bonfire. Well, you know what we have to do. Every campfire in the universe, we have to roast a marshmallow. Because that's what we do. We get this nice, golden, delicious marshmallow. You know, it wouldn't be a complete experience of life without marshmallows. Alright, it looks like the forest is coming back, and now there's a chair. Is there gonna be a person in it? Hey, it's you! Do you hear music? No. Am I gonna find everybody? Oops. Oh, you're in here. Or not, just the banjo. The banjo's playing by itself. I don't feel happy about that. Whoa! Went up pretty high. Let's identify this banjo. Or let's not. Because I can't get to it. Is there another signal? This is the closest I've been to it. Can I talk to you again? Or will it be somebody else now? It's still you. Is there a way in that I just didn't find? Ah, I just had to quantum it away. Took the instrument. And now you're back too. Cool. So, it's not quite time yet. I'm pretty sure we'll need the others for this next part. We'll need, you know, everyone. No rush, take your time. Might not even exist here. Talking about time. Speaking of everyone. What's that? There's Feldspar. There's Gabbro. Shirt. Solanum? Stump is dead. Okay, it's gone. Are you here? I'll just go this way. So if that was Solanum, are you Prometheus? Yeah. Just gotta find people. Maybe I have to do it in the right order. Whoa! Holy moly! Please stay away from me. Can you come through trees? You can. I'm a little worried by that. Okay, this was on purpose, wasn't it? Okay, are you gone? Ah. Oh. Well, maybe I just have to go in. I found church drums. This is not church drums. What you looking at? Okay, it's disappearing. Okay. I'm gonna keep walking this way. Alright, it's gone. Okay, it turned me around. So this is a whole area of puzzles, I guess. Alright. Yep. Is this... Come on, where's... There we go. There's that. Okay. I guess I'm just going there. And not seeing it. Can't translate. Why am I here? What am I doing? There's a grave. Prometheus's grave? Or is it just a generic grave? Oh, do I have to do something with light? Yeah, so I'm guessing this wouldn't be here in the ending if, I can't pick this up. This is the part of the instrument, though. I guess this wouldn't be here if I hadn't finished Echoes of the Eye. Oh. Oh, I'm watching it progress over time. The grave was dug, and now I can go in. It's not gonna kill me, pretty sure. Yeah! As you're watching TV together. And now you're not there anymore. And it's that guy. Wait. How would you know? Why would you have pictures of that? Why'd you have pictures of my people? You wouldn't know them. Now they're all gone. It's the Nomai and their shuttle. And it opened. And then it's me. Extinguish me. No. Oh, what's up? It's the instrument. Are you over here now? Please tell me you're over here and alive. Hey, look, it is Prometheus. Alright, so spoiler alert, skip ahead again if you have not played Echoes of the Eye. When my kind found the eye and realized what it was capable of, they were terrified. It was too difficult, the truth. Like a light too bright to look upon directly, it burned them. What they could not unlearn was hidden away in darkness, obfuscated, and lost. They did not want to see their story end. My kind weren't always like this. We weren't always so afraid. I did what I could to set things right, yet I am still of my kind, and you now know what they did. I cannot promise our fear won't stain your mind. And so a choice. Are you certain you want to remember me? Yes. I don't want to repeat my kind's mistakes, but if you're willing to take the risk, then so am I. It's very, very important. Okay, who is left? Keep pressing the wrong button. Okay. Here's Feldspar. I assume I'm not going to die. This is frightening. Jellyfish and harmonica. Okay. So I guess I was right in running away from the anglerfish, although it probably would have just put me right next to the harmonica. What's up? Hatchling, you found me. Nice to have company around a campfire, isn't it? Go on, get the others. Wouldn't want them to miss out. Alright, so Chert, what do we do here? I can't look in there, I'm too tall. Oh, nice. Huh. Oh, it's gone? Wouldn't have expected that. I'll go for you last. Wait, did I get it? Maybe I got it. Yeah! The stars were beautiful, weren't they? Even if our star is what ultimately killed us. I'll wait here and remember them while you gather everybody. Every single time. The Quiet Shade. Across old bark. In the ancient glade, it's always dark. Can I go up there? Ah, here we go. Gotcha. Also, I'm still high in the air. Hey, what's up? Also, having that stuff on your helmet might not be the most convenient, but I guess you do you. Hey, time, pal. So you're getting the band back together, huh? Go on, go find the others. I'll be here. You don't need me yet, but you will. So, are you, like, actually you? Or are you just figments from my imagination? Because if you're just from my imagination, then either that's depressing, or everyone in existence was always a figment of my imagination, which is also depressing. Alright, time to figure out this one. Pointing up? There we go. Let's go. Now what? I just fell back down. Okay, I gotta go toward it, I guess. Oh, they're standing on each other. I can see nothing. Is there another one? Do I have to go on again? We're going. There's a warp to get back. We're actually using this to go somewhere. Come on. Oh man. Going toward the light at the end of the universe. the mask. And I am no longer in the ship. Wait, your mask is your instrument? And everyone is here. Everyone is here. And of course, for good measure, you know, one last marshmallow. It's the perfect thing. You have to do it. Inappropriate? What are you talking about? I gotta get it right. This is ceremonial. It can't be inappropriate because it's ceremonial. Oh yeah, apparently Solemnum's a woman, so yeah, I didn't realize that before. The conscious observer has entered the eye. I wonder what happens now. Is it time to find out? Yes. This song is new to me, but I'm honored to be a part of it. So it's a piano, but you play it like a theremin? Yeah. Everybody get going. Can't wait to play with the whole group. Yeah, you deserve to be here too. We didn't forget you. And you're in on it too. I hadn't dared hope that anyone would hear the signal, for how briefly I set it free. Yet here we are. Are you ready for the final step? Then it's time to send out a spark into the darkness. Should I begin? You got it. I'll do my best. Shall I begin? Then here I go. Yeah! And the music of our lives is... what? Creating a new universe? So beautiful. Alright, well I gotta... you know... This is a very... oh damn it. Did I just do something wrong? Did I make a mistake? I learned a lot by the end of everything. The past is past by now, but that's, you know, that's okay. It's never really gone completely. The future's always built on the past, even if we won't get to see it. Still, it's time for something new now. That's not because I did the marshmallow, right? Even if it's over now, I had a good time learning, but I think the rules are about to change. I believe we've reached the end of our journey. All that remains is to collapse the innumerable possibilities before us. Are you ready to learn what comes next? Not yet. It's tempting to linger in this moment while every possibility still exists. But unless they're collapsed by an observer, they will never be more than possibilities. Tell you what, this has been really fun. And I got to help make something pretty cool, so I've got no complaints. I mean, not me exactly, but close enough. It's the kind of thing that makes you glad you stopped and smelled the pine trees along the way, you know? I think it still counts as you. You cut it a little close, don't you think? Well, it worked out alright in the end, I suppose. I hope there's beasties in the next one. So we are talking about making a new universe, I guess. Wow, how long has it been since I got to make music with everyone around a campfire? I'm really happy we're all here. And now, it's time to go in. Yes. I admire your curiosity, friend. Let's find out together. Yeah! Oh, looks like we're having a new Big Bang. My visor looks cracked. Should I go in or... like it's a Big Bang, right? It's gonna disintegrate me? Yeah. Let's go into the new universe. Do our memories get preserved into it, or I guess not. Like we get our particles get scattered into the new universe, so like signals from a previous universe, but I guess we're all dead. It's kind of a bummer, but on the other hand, it's like I gotta think about this. Because we didn't save our people. We didn't save the world, we didn't save the solar system, we didn't save the universe. But we did come to realize that there's another universe, or we went into the eye of the universe and we changed the universe? We started a new universe? I think the idea is that you know, they say it represents ultimate change. And so, like, it's like, what I'm getting from this is like, it's a metaphor for the future in real life. Like, each of us has our existence, and the future doesn't have to be more of the same. It doesn't have to be saving what we've always done. It doesn't have to be preserving nostalgia. The whole world is open to us, and the whole universe is open to the future of our species. And what, like ultimate change is like, I guess it's like saying free will. I don't want to say free will because that's like a debate that people get angry about, but like the fact that our future hasn't happened yet, and we can imagine possible futures, and we can take action to work toward things. So if you like free will, then call it free will. If you don't like the idea of free will, then just call it imagination and will. But the idea that the future is open, and anything can happen, and we can work toward making things happen. And I guess if that's what I get out of it, then I'm pretty satisfied. I'm gonna be thinking about this for years, so I can't get all my thoughts out in this one moment, but yeah, that's what I'm getting out of it for now. Let me know the meaning that you find in this game and its ending in the comments. It is absolutely, absolutely fantastic. So one of the things that this game blew me away. It really captured the feeling of mystery and awe of exploring the unknown, expanding the mind into the universe. You know, that feeling that, you know, it hit all my physics awesomeness buttons. You know, as I mentioned, I studied physics in college and graduate school. And the reason I did that was because stuff in space is just so cool. And fabric of reality stuff, space travel, time travel, black holes, wormholes, ancient enlightened aliens, quantum physics, cosmic mystery. That's the stuff that's inspired me to study physics in college. And it's just as amazing now as it ever was. The writing and storytelling, environmental storytelling, was absolutely fantastic. It reminds me so much of one of my favorite series of all time, Myst. And this game, so I mentioned this in the end of the Echoes of the Eye last episode, but this game just hits all my Myst buttons too. And so I'm glad that there are people who are taking inspiration from Myst and continuing to make the same kind of story. Oh, I'm amazed at how well they balanced the mysteries about how they left all the different things on the different planets, and that like going one place instead of another doesn't ruin the game. Everybody's playthrough is different, and everybody's playthrough is awesome. You have to go everywhere to find everything out. That is fantastic. The music is great. I mean, it's not like, I don't know, for me it's not like the kind of thing that I want to just listen to for myself. 14.3 billion years later, is that us? But the music really did fit where it was meant to be. Everything about the music was, the way they used it was perfect. I cannot look around. Okay, this is not us. It is Inside Out Planets. So that's what happened. Okay, so they are saying that a new universe was born. And then there's a new species, curious about the stars and about space, wondering where they came from. And that is amazing. And they're roasting marshmallows! Oh, and then there's the scout that goes by, and then there's another guy with a lantern. We know what that reference is. Oh, so cool. And then we get put back to the title screen. Alright. Yeah, continuing the final thoughts, I love the intro chapter. I also love the final chapter, but the intro chapter where you're on the planet and you're going around talking to the people, honestly, I kind of wish there was reason to go back there and talk to them more. Like, you learn something on some planet that Gossin knows something, and so then you go back to Timber Hearth and talk to Gossin and then do a side quest with them and then learn the next clue. But I understand why they did the way they did. Just felt really beginning heavy to me. Almost like it was a different game after the first hour. And that's okay, but I would have liked a little bit more with the Hearthians. I loved the movement. They nailed it. The way that you go in the ship and in your spacesuit and you hop around the world with your jetpack. So much fun. And many points to them, I got zero motion sickness in this game. Like, I often get motion sickness with first-person games. Like, I am having so much motion sickness, or at least I was at first with Superland. I had motion sickness with Talos Principle. I had motion sickness with Abduction. Zero motion sickness in the Outer Wilds. So whatever they did it right. I am amazed by the graphics artists for doing architecture on curved planets. I don't imagine that was easy, especially when you have something like Ember Twin, where you're going farther away from it, and so they have to make different curvature as it goes up and down. Amazing job to whoever did it. Obviously, this game was influenced by Super Mario Galaxy, a very fun game from my childhood, a very fun couple of games from my childhood, with the small planets that all have their own gravity. One thing that stood out to me, and I don't really know why this detail stood out to me among all the really awesome things, but I really like the way that the Sunless City was mapped out by lights. So you go there and then you're like, oh, I want to go here, and so you turn on the light and it's like, okay, that's where it is. That's really cool navigation, I think. So, how much do I like this game? Well, let me tell you, there is a tier of games that has very few in it. It is my list of god tier awesome games that I love more than any other games in the world that are just absolutely the essence of the art of video games. That list includes Hollow Knight, Deltarune, Myst, Witch Myst, well, just lump the Family Arc, the first 4 games, in as one entry. And now, there's a 4th entry on that list, and it is Outer Wilds. Yes, this game is contender for my favorite game of all time. I am so glad I played it, and I am so glad I could share it with all of you. So part of me wondered how the developers could possibly come up with other games to follow this up with. Because it's like, yeah, what do you do? What new themes do you go with after you've essentially searched for the center of the universe and found the meaning of life. Like, how do you follow that up? But then Echoes of the Eye showed me that it could be done. It's basically a sequel, and so I have no trouble believing that they could make other games that are just as awesome as this one. Either sequels that take place in the new universe or a different universe, or even just a completely disconnected game altogether. But yeah, if they do make more games, then you can bet I'll be playing them on this channel. And that, my friends, was Outer Wilds and Echoes of the Eye. Thank you so very, very much for watching. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for other awesome games. I'll see you next time. Bye!